week we looked at that. We looked at ways in which to solve the quadratic, and we spoke about the fact that we will be using factorization method, and we did a whole 2 hours last week on looking at the various ways in which factorization could have helped us to solve the quadratic. And this week we intend to look at the quadratic formula. All right, so this is where we are now. We're moving. So we did all of these, all right? We did all of those, and you could have finished some of them for yourself. But watch this now. In dealing with the quadratic formula, we want to pay attention to this here. So this is the quadratic formula. I blow it up big. Everybody, let's put up our heading. So let me minimize this. We'll soon talk about that. I'm going to highlight the discriminant for us. This part that is under the square root is called the discriminant. That. What we're going to do is just to focus on this for a minute. So before I start solving quadratics using the formula, I want to know what this means. It's called the discriminant, and it has a meaning. All right. So we're going to quickly take like 10 or probably 15 minutes to understand what this is. B squared minus 4ac. What is b squared minus 4ac? It is called the discriminant. So let us call the discriminant delta. Just a name. So I'm going to put a little triangle looking thing here. So this is called my discriminant. All right. So it's not like I'm saying, you know, it is for it. I'm saying, let's call the discriminant this. So let us say this is equal to the discriminant. So I'm going to put it beside it. This is equal to, I'm calling that little symbol delta. All right. So I'm just giving it a label. So we saw b squared, I soon put on my square, minus 4ac. So we have b squared minus 4ac. So I could put on my b squared now, right now. Let me put the square up there, nice and easy. It's a better game this week. Even though the two they look big, but we keep going. So we're talking about b squared minus 4ac right here. This is the discriminant. So I'm saying let delta, this little symbol here, all right, equal the discriminant. I am just saying that, right? So let it equal to the discriminant. So then we are saying that if we work out this, while you're working out this, and this happen, watch. While you're working out this, so this is just for information, you know. Say you're working out this, and when you work out under the square root, you got a number that is, I'm referring to under here. Again, you're working out this part, and whatever you get under there is greater than 0. It has a meaning. If whatever you work out under here is greater than 0, it has a meaning. All right. So when you work out under here and it's greater than 0, something is going to happen. And we are saying to you that it means that you will get, because it's solve against solve. It means that we have, it's just notes I'm giving you first. We have two distinct, I'm going to use the word roots, and in bracket beside it, I'm going to put some other words that has the same name or meaning. Two distinct roots. Another term they use for roots is solution. Another term they use for that is x-intercept. I'm just saying to you, these are all the same. So whenever this thing here, b squared minus 4ac, whenever it worked out to be a value greater than 0, then you will end up having we have two distinct roots. I'm going to show you what we mean. When we say distinct root, this is what I mean. So I'm using this software. Let us say we have a case where y is equal to, let me go back and take this from our board. I think I have something here for us. All right, what's that? Okay. Okay. Minus 5x squared plus 3x plus 1. Let me work with that. Minus 5x squared. Is it plus 3x? Plus 3x plus 1. I think it's minus 3x. Let me look. I think it's minus 3x I have. Hold on. I just want to put exactly what is there. Hey, it's plus 3x. All right, I was right. Plus 1. So right up here is something that we're going to work out soon. And I just said to you, when you work out underneath, it's just that I know the value. By looking at it, I can know. But when you work it out and underneath the square root is greater than 0, you will end up having this. 2 distinct root. And when they said 2 distinct root, they are saying that it's going to cross the x-axis at 2 different places. Look, it crossed the x-axis right here, and it also crossed the x-axis right there. That's what we're saying. So that's what we mean by roots. So when you solve, like last week when you were solving, remember we spoke about that. When the graph crossed the x-axis, we call it a solution. That's the answer that you're getting. I am saying to you, when you look at the quadratic formula, you can know the answer you're going to get if certain things comes underneath the square root sign. That's what we're saying. So if the number is greater than 0, then we definitely know that it's going to cross the axis 2 different times, 2 different places. And you're seeing that. Can everybody see that? So this would have been an answer here, and whatever you get here would have been just another answer. We're not trying to find what it is yet, but we're saying the idea is that the number at A is different from the number at B because it's so far apart they are. That's what we're saying. All right. So when it's greater than 0, that's what is going to happen. Let's come back to this. So remember, I'm just giving you some little notes. Everybody write down this for me, please. We'll talk about it. Write it down. Now, if this discriminant is equal to 0, so we're talking now. So if it is equal to 0, for example, we're saying if the discriminant equal to 0. Remember, we're just talking about underneath the square root sign right here. So if it works out and you work out this and everything becomes 0, this is what is going to happen. And I think I provided another one. So I think I know what I'll get. That's why. Let me see which one of these. Let me look at these. Which one of these would have given me that? Oh, okay. I think this one will do it. X squared minus 4x plus 4. X squared minus 4x plus 4. Let me go back on that. X squared minus 4x plus 4. Let me just put that over there. All right, so x squared minus 4x plus 4. Let's go back to our software here. Let's do this one. Let's take off this. Take it off. Let's take off these. Take them off. So I'm going to put in y equal to x squared. We're just looking at ideas, x squared minus 4x plus 4. So we are saying that when you work out this, and you're going to see for yourself, if that was worked out using the formula, look what we'll get. Look, this is the point I'm making. Now, the one before cuts the axis 2 times. Can everybody agree that it only touches it 1 time? This one did not cut through it. Look at this, just touches it right there. Everybody agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this one was not like the other one that went through it. No, it didn't. This one just touched it 1 time. Let me see if I could get the other one on this, you see. Let me see. Y. And let me see if it could go on it. Equal. Let me just double check this quickly. I won't waste it. I'm not going to waste the time, guys, but there are some things I want people to see before I start doing maths. Minus 5x squared plus 3x plus 1. Let me see if it can hold with it. I don't know. Together. Let me go down. All right, let me see if this is y equal, but I'm not seeing. It's not gonna happen. Minus. All right, it's not gonna happen because I'm not seeing it. All right, that's fine. Fair enough. That's fine. All right, so that's the second one. So when it is equal to 0, this is what you will have. You'll have 1, or we'll call it, they call it, well, people call it like this, or you can call it like this, 2 equal roots. And that's what you were asking last week, Mr. Layla, when you were saying, what if you work it out and get the same case? When it happens like that, it is just because it did not cut through the x-axis. It's like it kiss it and turn back, like you just touch it and turn. It didn't go all the way through and come back up through. So it said that you have 2 equal roots. Or when we say 2 equal roots, it means that a 1 solution slash 1 solution then. That's what we mean, 1 answer. So you probably get x equal 5 and x equal 5, same thing. Or you get x equal negative 2 over 3, x equal negative 2 over 3. The same thing you might get 2 times. So people call it 2 equal roots, or you can just say it's 1 solution anyway. So that only occurs when under here so is equal to 0. What are we doing in this class? All we are doing is that we're trying to understand everything before we do it. We are going to work out maths and get answers, but we do want to be able to understand what the discriminant means for future. All right. No, watch this. There is a time now, and this one is the one that stepped out of CXC. This one. There are times when your discriminant, when the discriminant is less than 0. There are times when the discriminant is less than 0. When the discriminant is less than 0, this is what we call it, and I'm going to show you what we mean by less than 0. I can't say we have no solution. We have imaginary solution. Imaginary root. So this one is out of CXC league. I have to just let you see the truth. So I won't say to you that there is no solution. So in other words then, if you work out this and you get a negative number, you can try right now to put a negative number under a square root and press equal. You're going to realize that the calculator is going to say math error. And that is the point I'm making. When under here so is less than 0, which means that it's a negative number, you will have imaginary roots. I know what imaginary roots mean, that your answer can't be found at this level in CXC. But if you do add maths or integrated maths or CAPE maths, there are imaginary numbers. All right, there is what we call imaginary numbers. So that's in the imaginary world. You understand? So we won't be doing those, but I will show you what caused it though. I'm going to show you. I think I have a case here. 2x squared plus 3x plus 2. Here it is. If y is equal to 2x squared plus 3x plus 2. Well, look at that. Remember, for us to get a solution, the graph needs to cross the x-axis. Did this one cross the x-axis? Look at it for yourself. Did it touch the x-axis any at all? You'd realize that no. So you'd realize that it does not touch the x-axis. And that is why it's not solvable at your CXC level. But when it does not touch the x-axis, there is something for it. It's called imaginary roots. So the roots are there, but it is solved using an imaginary world. And an imaginary world, the number is an I. The letter I has a meaning in mathematics in the imaginary world. All right? So we'll deal with that when the right time comes. But for now, you won't get these to solve. All right, because you only can solve the ones when it crosses the x-axis or touches it. So we're going to be dealing with those right now. So let's go for that. All right, good. So we just looked at the discriminant right here. We looked at the possible things because there are only 3 possible things that could come. 1, we get a number greater than 0, we're going to get 2 solutions. 2, we get a number that is equal to 0. That means we have 1 solution or 2 same thing. And 3rd, you're not going to get this, but I put 1 there for you to get it. You understand? I put 1 there for your calculator to tell you maths error. You understand? So I put this there. So we're going to get a case where I think we're going to get a case where when you work out this, you're going to get a number which is a negative number, and then you're going to realize what the calculator says, because I want you to go through to see what we're talking. All right, everybody, are you ready now to work out some math? So that's an introduction to the formula. Let us take off some of these. I want everybody to write off these. Please screenshot the discriminant and stuff like that. We're ready to go now for the work. All right, let me pull down the quadratic formula. I don't need it this big. It's up there. You could write it off. I hope everybody is seeing it. I believe you are. So you could write off that quadratic formula. You get it from CXC, so it's nothing to worry about either. Let's go into some working out. I'm going to clear my board. Be advised, I'm going to take off these. Fair enough? Class, I'm going to remove these now. Good?
Yes, sir.
If not, because I'm going to use the page now.
Screenshot.
All right. So if a screenshot, if somebody cry out, you can post it back in the group. Because but you can watch the recording. You don't have to post nothing. Because it's been recorded. All right, let's go for some work now. Let's go. Let's put in some work. All right, we're going to be pulling down on this a little bit. This one here. I think I wrote up this one first. All right, yeah. All right, I might put it on this side a little bit to see what we have here. Can we see this though in purple? Are you seeing it? Yeah?
No, sir.